I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get a no call to quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. My heart on my sleeve, stretch, seal my greed. That's how I get it, success ain't no giving. Some days I don't hit, I don't slay. When I'm focused, I'm dangerous, down wonder when I'm anxious. Ain't no limit till I tank, I'm running on fumes. The opposition don't amaze, the roads racing through the pavement. Get your hands out of my bag, I know that's because I've been in it. I don't need to brag, I guess that's what happens when you taking care of your business. But some family, you do the math. I'm out of my pocket, Houston, we got a problem. I ain't perfect, let them watch me elevating. Got them nauseous, cause I'm the pilot in the cockpit. Nose diving in the house and woo. Watch out, get ahead, watch out, get ahead, watch out, get ahead. Woo. Watch out, set it up, bet you I shut it down, watch out, get a win. I don't think they really wanna come against the winner, got a finger run up in on a grenade. I ain't never been there when you think you compare, I'm a line, but the one up on the cage. I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get a no call to quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. Run it. I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my pen ready. Used to hold myself back, my self-esteem been better. Gotta keep on chugging, ran through everything in front of me. Might smoke bed heavy, got a whole agenda. Can't aspire to get ahead, so bump that, it's no surrender. Got a dollar flipped up, I'm trying to get it in FT to get them when they're hand and crypto. Learn how to fix that. I don't really hold out of books, but I'ma learn how to fix that. Some opportunities are never come unless you paying attention, so no, I can't miss that. Moving, MVP, I got the record, I might have to prove something. Big jumper worthy, they gon' have to retire my jersey early. Whole crew coming, had to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket. Yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits. Yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no wins. Yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen. Putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. Yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my big dog, walking big talk, young veteran, living legend, bet I'm better than them. This is my ship, I'm a jacket like Letterman. Y'all better not let them in, they gon' rotate this, so I keep the pedaling. Started a chain, the cycle is heaven sent. This is from God, but I'm not your reverend, not in the pulpit. I'm a pit bull in this element, yeah. Said you gon' pull up, then settle it, yeah. I've been married to this hustle, this is my ring, watch out, step in it, yeah. And I ain't even got a yard, but I'ma get it here. Watch out, touchdown, pulling plans out the clutch. Everybody getting crushed, the cut down is for us now. Have to work something, cause I had nothing in my pocket, yeah, I did all that. Big plans, partners trying to make profits, yeah, I did all that. Work, sweat, and tears breaking, even no wins, yeah, I did all that. Had to make it happen, putting hours in my practice, I did all that. Yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, I can't take no loss, yeah, I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off, yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my year. Yeah, I really feel it's my time, think it's my. Yeah.
Here we go, at the top of the class.
it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming on my landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on the roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on the roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on the roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the roll, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on the roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the roll, here we go, here we go. Here we go. On the road, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Mafia, we got an awesome show for you guys tonight as Bitcoin is kind of just moving up and down. It's kind of still consolidating in that same range that we've been looking at for quite some time here, guys. But I want to break down the price action. Are we finally going to get a breakdown? Are we finally going to get a breakup? And most importantly, did you guys see that clip from CNBC where the, what's his name? Is it Tom Soren? The host of CNBC just like desperately trying to talk about Bitcoin, but either has no idea what he means or doesn't understand Bitcoin at all, or maybe a little bit darker of a prediction or assumption here. Maybe he was trying to hush that $150,000 price prediction. Can Bitcoin hit that $150,000 price in 2024? Well, we've talked about this briefly before, guys, and I think you know where I stand on that, but we're going to take a look at the charts and see if there's anything that could point to $150,000 Bitcoin by the end of this year. Now, you guys know I am more of a believer in the 4-year cycle, and we have not really ever seen Bitcoin break its all-time high until after the halving. However, like we always say, with the spot Bitcoin ETF, and as every cycle goes by, each cycle becomes more and more likely to potentially either change the cycle or completely shatter it. And with the approval of this spot, I have such a hard time saying spot Bitcoin ETF. For some reason, guys, I always say spot Bitcoin, I don't even know what I say. I can't say it. It's a tongue twister for me. But with the spot Bitcoin ETF approved, guys, this could this potentially give us the buy pressure and the demand to get up to that 150K level. We're going to be taking a look at it, and we'll obviously take a look at the local price action, and we will try to let you guys know and keep you updated on where we think this thing is going next. And once in a while, we do get it right. So with all that being said, guys, go ahead and smash that like button if you want Bitcoin to go to 150K. And let's go ahead and see who we got in the chat. We got Servando Estrada. What is going on, bro? Thank you for tuning in. And don't forget, guys, we got Crypto Billy, Rob the Crypto Snob, Tyler Durden, Crypto Anon, Captain Kirk, D Petty Crypto, Chemistry Bro. Did I say Rob the Crypto Snob? Show the mod some love in the chat. They're holding it down over here, keeping the Mafia in line. Sometimes we get a little bit rowdy, but the mods are in there to keep everybody in line. Shout out to them. They help me out endlessly. Give them some love, guys. We got Danny Cazzo in the chat. What is going on, brother? Thank you for tuning in. He says, let's get it, Skin. Yo, Scaroli, what does that even mean? Shout out to Danny. What is going on, bro? Let's get that. Shout out to Danny, bro. Shout out to you. We got Coin Watcher in the chat. What is going on, bro? I don't know why your chat is highlighted for some reason, Coin Watcher. I don't know how you did that. But shout out to Jay Baker. Said Ric Flair. Woo! Bull time, baby. Let's go. Shout out to Jay Baker. We got 2K in the chat. We got JC. Captain Swanky Pants. Not to be confused with Captain Frankie Pants. Alexander G. Jonah Plainclothes. What is going on, bro? Good to see you. We got Flat Smack in the chat. So don't forget to flat smack that like button. Maybe give it a little Denozo, a little backhand, you know what I'm saying? We got Dixon Apple Juice, or Dixon Pancakes, as we like to say. What is going on? He says, Frankie, do the stanky leg. Last time I did the stanky leg on YouTube, we got banned. So shout out to you. Shout out to Dixon. What is going on? We got Melissa. And last but not least, we got John Vucci, an Origin trader. Shout out to Multi-Sig Dummy sneaking in there last minute. What is going on? But guys, without further ado, we got a lot to look at here on this thing they call Bitcoin. So let's go ahead and jump on into the charts. Let's get it. So here we are, guys. We are on, well, I guess it's the Bitcoin chart, right? But what are we looking at here? I want to talk about the local price action, and I will be quite honest with you guys. Bitcoin be showing some mixed signals right now, and I'll be honest with you guys. We took a scalp long on Bitcoin in the premium Discord, and this thing was absolutely a tease, right? This thing was like sneaking up, right? We got a little pump, and then we came back down, and then we came back up, and now we're back down, right? This thing was an absolute tease, quite annoying. We were dropping some funny gifts in the premium. I was saying Bitcoin right now, this Bitcoin long is like me trying to teach my kid how to ride a bike. Like, go ahead, buddy. Go ahead. You can do it. You can do it. Go ahead. And it kept looking like it wanted to go up, and it just meandered around here. And then finally we broke that POC, and we got some of the Mafia dropping in those winning trades. Shout out to anybody in the kitchen. But obviously, guys, I want to talk about these mixed signals because it is getting a little bit unclear on what is looking to go down here. So taking a look at our higher time frames, I'm actually going to do this. We haven't really done this in a while. I'm going to do a full top-down analysis with you guys, starting on the weekly time frame. Obviously, I'm going to come back to chat in just 2 seconds, guys. But yeah, on the weekly time frame, obviously we do have that VWAP starting to roll over to the downside. However, our money flow is continuing to ride up here, which would be a likely signal that we are going to continue climbing in the long term. But once we get that red dot on the weekly is probably when we will get our next significant pullback. Now, moving on down to the other higher daily time frames, our 6-day VWAP is also rolling over. 5-day looking for a red dot. 4-day getting pretty close to a red dot. And then your 3-day looking like this thing may print a red dot in the next day or so. And then that 2-day red dot actually did just wind up confirming. So this could potentially start that kind of teetering over the hill before we start getting that correction. However, guys, like I said, from a money flow perspective, and remember, the money flow indicates the longer term trend. So this is what we're trying to use to predict where price is going to go in the long term. And, especially on these higher time frames, obviously the weekly is definitely pointing to the upside and will likely bring us up. And that is in the long term, right? The weekly takes a very long time to play out. But then when we come on over to the daily, guys, this is kind of where I am. This is where the mixed signals start, right? Because our VWAP is below the zero line. If this does wind up coming all the way back up here, actually, let me keep this hidden. Once this VWAP starts coming back up towards that zero line and gives us a green dot, this could, and now the question is, how far are we going to come down? We're going to talk about that in just a minute. But as we kind of bing bong around sideways here, if we do get that green dot on the daily, it could potentially set us up nicely to get a higher high on our price action into our next key level of support, which is sitting up there at about $54,400. And that could give us a nice higher high on our price action. And at that point, we may be able to get that daily to give us that lower high on the momentum wave, giving us that bearish divergence, which we all know will likely give us some kind of a push to the downside. Now, obviously, we do have other levels above this value area in case we do wind up yeeting a little bit above. I will still be looking for very similar signals. However, the levels are basically remaining the same. I mean, let's be honest. Not much has happened here, right? Like, sure, you got a little rip up, and then you came back into the range, then a scary move down, then back into the range, and then another scary move down, and then back into the range, and now we are just kind of sticking around on this value area low. fighting for our lives here, guys, trying to hold above this value area low. And if we are able to hold this, obviously we will be looking up for a move into that value area high. And if you guys are in the dining room, I did put a short setup in the dining room today. As you know, if you're not familiar with the dining room, it is simply our freemium Discord, basically where you could get in. There is no payment, but you just have to sign up with one of our exchange affiliates, and you will get access to a bunch of really saucy channels. You have our premium TA channel where we drop at least one setup a week, or one premium TA post. It's not always a setup. Oftentimes it is, and oftentimes they play out. But we also just added some new altcoin alpha channels as well as fresh airdrops. We have a bunch of really, really good alpha. If you guys are into farming airdrops, we just put a whole bunch of extra altcoin and airdrop sauce in there for you guys. So definitely go check that out in our Discord. Link in the description down below. And the channel you want access to is called the Dining Room. So just click on the Dining Room and it'll give you instructions on how to get in. But we did drop a short setup. I'm not going to bring it up on the stream, but we did drop a little bit of a short setup. And in order to get that to play out, we will have to come up a little bit higher, right? Now, obviously, right now, our key level of resistance is that point of control at $51,827. And if we flip that level to support, we are likely going to get a move up to the value area high, where we also have our 786 confluence, which is likely to give us some kind of resistance, right? So we could potentially look for shorts up here before coming back down to the low, etc. But again, if you want the details on that setup, go hit that dining room. But just in general, that is what we would expect out of price locally, as long as we remain above this value area low. Now, if we lose the value area low, surprise, surprise, our levels of support remain exactly the same. Sitting down here at about $50,000, between about 50,100 all the way down to 49,736. This range right here, it's lit up in blue, the top and the bottom of that blue box. If you guys are actually trying to get the exact levels. Excuse me. Oh, no. Oh, no, guys, I left the black coffee downstairs. Oh, no. Guys, we may have to do a commercial break here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it through without the black coffee. But anyway, the levels remain the same, right? I am still not really interested in any significant trades until we come down lower to these key levels, or until we come up higher to that $54,467 value area high. Now, if anybody is new here, that value area is coming from the top of the bull market of 2021. And we just simply extrapolated these levels to the right, and these levels have been perfectly respected on the way up. You can see beautiful rejection from a POC, then we broke above and made a run for that value area high, which we have just front run slightly. So locally, scalping the heck out of this range, guys, as we can. Premium Discord will know what I'm talking about here, trying to milk this thing for all it's worth. And then again, the next key targets are up here at 54.4 and down here at about $50,000. Now, the one extra key level I'll give you guys, this is another key level that we've looked at about 700 times this week, as Bitcoin just won't move. But that little bonus level is going to be down here at the POC of the range at $47,333. We actually looked at this very recently. Let me actually put my face cam really quickly, pull something up here. Don't want to leak any private information. Not that I wouldn't want to invite everybody over for, not that I wouldn't want to invite the Mafia over for a fire sauce party, but try to keep as much as my personal information private as possible. But let's go ahead and pull up the liquidation heat maps. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Okay, here we go. All right, so pulling up the liquidation heat maps. Now, we did this yesterday as well. Pull up the 3-month chart. Actually, yeah, all right, pull up the 3-month chart here, and we will take a look at what is going on here, right? So let's zoom in right here. So, again, the key levels that I'm looking at are down here at about 50K, which you can see we actually do have. We can go down to a lower time frame. You can see we have some kind of liquidity down here. Nothing really too crazy. But moving down below that, you can see that our POC at $47,333 is also very, very confluent with this little spike in liquidations right here. Now, this is nothing. These two hot spots of liquidations are nothing compared to these chunks down here, but these are much, much lower, getting closer to the Bitstamp POC at $34,400. However, these are, obviously there's much more liquidity down here, but there is no reason as of right now to call for a move down there. Now, if you guys saw the news on a bunch of people losing some cell service, this kind of tracks with what we've been talking about since early last year, trying to see if we're going to get some kind of a Black Swan event to come in here like we did in 2020. I don't know. I don't want to get too conspiratorial here on the channel, guys. I like to stick to facts and data on this channel, but there were some interesting things we were predicting a long time ago, and it does seem like everything is falling into place. So if we are to see a Black Swan, I do have to say, if we are going to revisit those levels, and again, those levels being the, let me pull up the actual Bitstamp chart so we can actually see the levels we're talking about here. The Bitstamp, where is the macro volume profile? There we go. The Bitstamp POC down here at 34.4. I'll be honest with you guys, if we were going to come down and see these levels, even though Brave Browser is interesting, guys, because you open up, I don't know. Anyway, although we have all that liquidity down here at 39 and 34.4, doesn't mean that we're guaranteed to see it. And I will be honest, if we are going to come down and see this level, guys, I would expect that there would need to be some kind of catalyst, right? Because obviously this big move to the upside that we had was obviously due to the Bitcoin ETF or the hype surrounding the Bitcoin ETF. But, you know, in order to come all the way back down to these levels, I do think we would need some kind of a news event, some kind of a Black Swan event to come clear out that leverage. But that is kind of the only real way I see us coming down that far. Now, and with that being said, guys, that's really the only levels that we're looking at right now. And things are really boring right now. You're just going sideways, right? So I don't really want to beat a dead horse here on Bitcoin. But one thing I will say is we were just printing a 10-hour green dot. This is the mixed signals. This is where the mixed signals come in. We were just printed a green dot on the 10-hour. It just disappeared, right? And then we also, I believe we were also flashing an 8-hour green dot. That has now disappeared. And then our 5-hour green dot is still there. Our 4-hour green dot is still there. Okay, interesting. So we have been, you can see we're starting to play that game of red dot, green dot, you know, where we just have the red dots immediately stepped on by the green dots. And oftentimes, guys, this is either indicative of two things, right? Confusion, right, or indecision, I should say, or, you know, just unpredictability. Now, as far as money flow, if we're looking based off the market cipher money flow, 4-hour money flow looks very bearish, right? This is a fact. This is not my opinion. This looks extremely bearish. Not only do we have money flow coming out and now crossing over into the red, I know it's really hard to see there. It's small. But on top of that, our momentum is just perfectly marching its way down here, which is also another bearish sign. Now, will this play out 100%? We don't know. There is no guarantees that just because the money flow looks like this, we will come down. But one thing is a fact, this is bearish money flow, right? Whether it plays out or not is another thing. So I will say that based off of money flow, guys, even on the daily now still, unless this green dot on the daily, the next time we get a green dot here, unless that severely brings up money flow, you could see we are consistently, right? We got the money flow coming out, right? And then we did indeed get the fake out we were looking for. We got that next big move to the upside. But over time here, guys, we are generally trending to the downside on money flow. But, you know, it would be really hard to really kind of put a nail in that or really solidify that until we get that next green dot. Because if that next green dot on the daily winds up bringing money flow back up, that would be very, very bullish, and we may wind up with something like this. But we have to let the price action develop here on the daily because it takes a lot of time. So, but the 4-hour money flow is definitely bearish. Because of this, you know, there is a chance, right? There's a pretty significant chance that we could potentially get a breakdown, right? Which simply put, I'm not freaking out, right? I'm not losing my mind. Oh my God, are we going to zero, right? We're just simply like, honestly, I'm kind of like, yes, dump, 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 dump. Hit my key level, hit my key level, hit my trap, and let me print my money, please. Yeah, that's basically what I'm looking at on Bitcoin. As far as the local price action, it's all the same, guys, as yesterday. And again, I probably would have to, I mean, here's the thing, guys. Yeah, like your money flow came back up on your 2-hour market. The indicators are very, very, very confused right now. I will be honest with you. And even your 24-minute, your 30-minute, yeah, your 30-minute money flow came up. We got that extra move to the upside. This was one thing we were looking at in the premium Discord to kind of solidify if we were going to see that scalp long play out, which we did. But now money flow is coming out, and then you come down to the 24-minute. We are looking to cross over into the red. I'll be honest, guys. The charts are kind of a mess right now. So what am I doing? How am I clearing up the fog? Well, basically, I'm just trading the range. We break the range, that's what I'm going to react to. So I don't really care if it goes up or down. We simply have our trap set in the market. When price approaches, we analyze the price action and then make the best decisions with the action that we're given. So That's what we're looking at, guys. All the key levels remain the same. I really hate days like this where we're just sideways, which is why I want to talk about the possibility of $150,000 Bitcoin before the end of 2024. So let's go ahead and jump into our cycle chart really quickly. All right, Mafia. I don't know. What is this? Whoa. Oh, this is Matic. Oh, yeah, we'll talk about Matic in a second, guys. We'll talk about Matic in a second with a massive wick to the upside. Shout out to anybody in the premium Discord. But anyway, let's go ahead and come back to Bitcoin here. Come on over to the, what is this? Oh, this is the, okay. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look here. Let's pull up the weekly. Now, if you guys have not seen this yet, this is simply just my cycle chart. All I've done here was break down each halving, each bottom of each bear market. I've separated all the cycles. I've labeled everything. We've labeled the distances between the halvings and the tops and the bottoms, the all different kinds of calculations. And this is a very, very useful chart, and we've actually used this chart to try to predict what price would do when we bottomed out here at our expected, I'm not going to lie, like we didn't expect Bitcoin to bottom out at 15, but I was looking between, dang, I can't even remember exactly what we were calling for. We missed it by a few $1,000s. I don't remember. I think it was 12 to 14K is, I think, where we were expecting price to bottom out. I would have to go back and look at the video, but we got very close. But part of the reason we were able to predict this massive move, right, up from basically this 130% move as we were tapping on previous value areas here, this was highly based off of this cycle chart, guys. And simply put, people like to not hate on the 4-year cycle, but a lot of people like to say, like, oh, history doesn't have to repeat itself. Absolutely, that is true. But oftentimes it rhymes. And we approach the charts with this this mentality. And simply put, this cycle chart, looking back, testing, kind of what happened in previous cycles. We've looked at the macro golden pocket retest that we got in the previous bear market. This is part of the reason why we were looking for that move up to the $48,000 to $50,000 golden pocket that we just wound up hitting when the spot Bitcoin ETF got approved. And we are now breaking above that level. So very interesting. But we use this chart to predict that whole next move for the most part. And the question is, can we hit 150K by the end of the year? And I will be honest, guys, coming back and analyzing the previous cycles, again, history oftentimes rhymes. It doesn't always repeat itself, and every cycle has kind of had its own little flavor, right? They all had a little bit of like the 2021, we had a double top. 2017, clear blow off top. And then you had another kind of weird double, I don't know if I'd call this a double top, but I would call this kind of like a, I don't know, like a double, yeah, I guess a double top, but it wasn't an even double top. But every kind of cycle has its own little quirks, right? And as the asset matures and more money enters this financial asset, it will behave differently. And hopefully it will kind of, it'll eventually, in my opinion, it'll eventually just start moving like the stock market or like gold, where it just kind of steadies out and goes on like a steady climb to the upside, right? It becomes less volatile the more money that's in the asset. And back to that CNBC interview with Tom Lee, who's a financial analyst, calling for $150,000 Bitcoin, and then the host was like, "That's impossible. Bitcoin's for criminals." Really, dude? Like, it's 2024, man. Like you just think Bitcoin's for criminals? Oh, the dark web. And it's like they're on TV arguing with this guy, trying to explain to him, like they're giving him like the most. It's like it's so cringy, man. It's like this guy's either trying to shut everybody up because they're getting paid by BlackRock and all. I don't even really want to say these people's names, but they're either getting like paid under the table from these major news outlets to kind of like hush the hype around Bitcoin, or this guy is so behind the curve. Like my parents, I know people in my parents' generation that are past the Bitcoin's for criminals phase. Like, come on, dude. Like, did you just hear about Bitcoin yesterday? It was like one of the most cringy things I've ever seen. And to be honest, guys, like, I think it's naive to think that this guy doesn't know what's going on. I'll be honest with you. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know him. I don't know him as a person. But, I mean, it was just crazy that they were talking about this. So, or just the way they were talking about it. Like, no, he actually had an argument. He's like, oh, come on. You're telling me that all these criminals aren't using Bitcoin? It's like, dude, come on. It's so cringy, man. But with that being said, can we hit that $150,000 target? Now, Tom Lee was actually talking about kind of why he thinks that could happen. He was talking about how, not only the demand from the actual investments from the spot Bitcoin ETF, spot Botcoin ETF is what I wanted to say. But yeah, not only is there going to be more, shout out out to Dion. But anyway, yeah, like he's talking about, not only is it going to create more buy pressure, but it also, you get the people FOMOing in off of the news of the ETF, etc. It's going to make it more mainstream. It's obviously the most bullish thing that's ever happened in crypto, right? I was actually just talking to somebody about this. They might be watching this right now. It's like this was the biggest thing that's ever happened in crypto, right? A spot Bitcoin ETF has been talked about for years and years and years and years, and it's always been the thing. And it never happened. It was overfiling, never happened. Last year, or not last year, last bull market, that was like the thing. All we need is a spot Bitcoin ETF, and we're going to go to 100K, and it never happened, right? So this is the biggest thing to happen in crypto, and could this bring us to that $150,000 mark? And historically, guys, we've never broken these all-time highs until after the halving, right? And we did this the other day. You can see we had the bear market rally of 2019. In my opinion, that is very similar to the bear market rally of 2023, or the bear market rally of this bear market, multi-year basically. But these are kind of very, very similar rallies in my opinion. Bear market rally of 2019, and now we have our current bear market rally. These both came into the macro golden pockets. I'm not even going to pull this one again. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. When you pull your fib from the high all the way down to 15.5 low, you will get that golden pocket. And just like we rejected it here, we did get the rejection here. But now, here's the one thing, right? Like, so I don't want to get ahead of myself, right? Halving was right here, say May 11th in 2020, right? We never broke the all-time high. The halving happens. It took about, it took about 220 days to break that all-time high. Go to the cycle before that, right? Bull market high, bear market low. There's your bear market rally. Less of a big correction on this one. But there's your halving. How long did it take us to break that all-time high? About 220 days, right? So we've never seen the all-time high get cracked or the previous all-time high get cracked until after the halving. But what is different here? Well, obviously, the Bitcoin ETF is huge. Totally different situation at this point. But here's another thing, right? We got that strong rejection in 2019 off that golden pocket. But right now, guys, I guess I will pull it. I will fix it. I know that was off. So as we look at this golden pocket, guys, we got a rejection, but then we came right back with gusto and blasted right through it, and we could potentially be looking to flip this to support. Now, the top of this golden pocket is coming in at about $50,200, right? Get it on there. Yeah, $50,227. So if we come down to our other chart, right, our local chart, $50,200, it's right below us, right? So if we do wind up coming down there to actually tap that macro golden pocket before getting a big move up, this zone, right, again, between 50,075 and 49,720 could be a big place to look for a potential wick, right? So let's say you come down to 50,300, which we almost did, but let's say we do continue down here. That could be a beautiful backstop of support. Now, I'm not saying we can't go lower than that, but just kind of comparing the long term with where we're at right now in our local price action, it is very, very interesting because if we come down and tap that, could be a good place to get into a long, potentially, right? Depending on what price looks like when we get to that level, it could be a good place to look for longs. And if you can find an entry and there's a reason to take the trade, you could look to ride that up to, again, not only the $54,400 value area high that we have, but also the 786 is sitting slightly above that at 57,000, almost 57,600. So again, like these are levels that we've looked at in the past, right? I believe they're all on the chart right now. 54.4, and then that 57,000-ish level is not only the 786, but we also have a naked point of control up there as well, making it an extra saucy level. So just some extra stuff to watch. But I will say this, right? Can we hit $150,000 before the halving? There's no way to know if that's going to happen. History says no, right? History says never happened before. What is going on in chat right now? Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. You guys are going to break me. Don't make me say bing bong for 2 straight hours, guys. Shout out to the Mafia. What is going on? Is this a coordinated attack? What is going on? Wayne C., Mark Dutch, Koozie Can. Shout out to Cuz I Can't Bump It. What is going on right now? Yo, hold up. Whoa, stop. What's going on? Yo, bing bong. Guys, I'm not going to be a bing bong. I'm uncontrollable. Bing bong. What's going on? Please stop it. Bing bong, bing bong. It's going so fast. What is going on? You guys are going to break my lungs right now. Yo, I don't. Is this a coordinated? Did you guys go into the Discord and coordinate this? What is going on right now? Somebody, the FOMO will hit early April. Shout out to Steve. That's the only chat that is not a Bing Bong or a Golden. I don't know what's going on. And a sauce can. Okay. Yo, chat, what is happening? Yo, Tony D, you better not be up to this, bro. Tony D isn't even here right now. Tony D just got off a flight. Too many Bing Bongs for my question. Shout out to BTC's boss. Say it again, BTC boss. I'll look for you, bro. Yo, what is going on? Dude. Yo, you guys are going to blue screen my computer. Yo, what's going on right now? Send the troops. Yo, what is going on? I have no idea what's going on right now. Shout out to the Mafia. Bing Bong. I don't know what's going on. Yo, I'm going to come back to chat in 2 seconds. Yo, sorry I'm late, Frankie. Was showing my 11-year-old how to trade ranges. Up $127 for the day. LFG. Shout out to Self-Wealth Crypto. Now he's got a self-wealth child. Shout out to you, bro. Starting them young, teaching them financial freedom from the very start. My question was, my question was too long, had to do it in 2 questions. Okay. Wait, oh my God, what is going on in chat right now? Okay, guys. I don't know what's happening. Shout out to Alex O. Yo, he said Bing Bong. Yo, shout out to Alex O. What is going on? Dude, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Shout out to the Mafia. I'm going to continue on with the TA. I think you guys are about to break YouTube. No idea what's going on. Shout out to the Mafia. Chat rate right now is at I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. My YouTube is broken, guys. My viewer activity is broken. Tony D dropped $1. Tony D has something to do with this. I know he does. But I'm going to get back to the charts. Shout out to the Mafia. Dropping Bing Bongs in the chat. Indiana Candles. Bro, I was thinking about you the other day, bro. I don't even remember what it was. I saw something, and I was like, yo, where's Indiana Candles been? Shout out to you, bro. Welcome in. But let's continue on. I don't know what's going on in chat. But can we hit that $150,000 level, guys? The fact that we are above this golden pocket does make me think we could come a bit higher here. But again, we do have a lot of work to do. To be honest, guys, my more realistic price prediction, blame Billy. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Billy, are you up to this, bro? Did you start this, Billy? Let me know, bro. Unbelievable. You guys are wild. I wish I could see the chat rate right now, but it's broken. YouTube is literally broken right now. All right. Yo, you guys are wild. Yeah, smash that like button if you like Bing Bongs. Shout out to you guys. 550 likes. We're giving away 5 Frankie Candles. You know how we do. All right, let's continue on here. But you guys are wild. But here's the thing. Here is a much more realistic price prediction, in my opinion, for the end of the year, right? And it is going to be sitting closer to about $80,000, right? If we are going to break that all-time high, I would be looking up closer to about $80,000 if I go ahead and 80 to 90K. We do have some interesting levels up there. $91,000 is your next fib level, so that is going to be a big level. And then about 80 to 85,000, we do have this 1-1 Gone fan level, which is likely going to act as resistance. You can see it acted as support here on the way down. And it's actually been kind of reactive in the past as well, right? So this is kind of much more realistic, in my opinion. For this thing to yeet up to 150 before the halving, I mean, I don't want to say it's impossible. You have to remember, spot Bitcoin ETF, more hype than anything, more hype than ever. More people, just the simple fact that crypto's been around for much longer now, more people know about it. Every cycle is going to have more attention, right? So who knows? I do think 150 is a little bit high in my opinion, but not impossible, right? We can't say it's impossible, but 150 is kind of high in my opinion. I think if we do wind up breaking that all-time high, which we've never done in the past, again, but if we were to do it, I think between $81,000 and $91,000 is much more likely, right? Before the halving. And then after the halving, between 150 and 200 is kind of what I'm looking at. Kind of all of these levels are the key levels. Now, I do have a video on the channel talking about all my Bitcoin predictions, where I think we can go in the bull market. Actually, mods, if you could drop that link in the chat, I would greatly appreciate you guys. Shout out. Hold up. Shout out to Indiana Candle. Says, what's up, bud? Double blood diamond on the 2-hour. Oh, baby. Dump it, baby. Shout out to Indiana Candles. We will check that out in a second. Shout out to HD Crypto. Says, bing bong. Crypto Billy, get them the 50 Frankie Candles memberships. Let's go. Looks like Billy's been talking to Golden a little too much. Shout out to Crypto Billy, bro. Thank you so much. Hashtag Givers Gain. You guys know Billy goes live on Twitter every Tuesday at 9 p.m. And not only does he go live, it's one of the best crypto Twitter spaces or X spaces that you could possibly join in on. So go check him out at 9 p.m. on Tuesdays. And shout out to you, bro, for being our shout out to Crypto Billy. Do we have a Crypto Billy emoji? I don't know. Shout out to Crypto Billy, man. I appreciate you so much, dude. The Oest of G's. I think he is the Oest G. But you get one, too. You get one. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Guys, unbelievable. Look at that. Everybody's got green names. Let's get it. Shout out to you, man. All right. Let's continue on here as I move my chair up again. So that is kind of more my realistic price prediction, guys. Between $81,000 and $91,000 before, if we were going to hit that before the halving. But we do have some work to do, right? You got to hit that previous all-time high, break through it. And remember, that is going to be monumental resistance, right? There's a lot of people that thought we would never get back up there. They thought we were going to 3K. These people are probably, if they bought in, right, they were probably still waiting for 3K. But if we get up there and these people are in profit, they are going to aggressively take profits. So understand that. Let's see. Yo, go Billy. Yo, the dancing emoji gets me every time. But guys, I will be right back. I gotta go grab that. I gotta go grab that Aztecian black coffee. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave the screen up, and we're gonna go back to the 1 minute chart. I'm gonna zoom in, and hopefully we get some crazy action. But I'll be back in like literally 15 seconds. BRB. Please hold. Please hold. It's gonna derail everything right now. Let's see. Bada boom, bada boom, bada bing. Okay. BRB. And here's the 1 minute chart. Everybody, the 1 minute chart.
Okay, we back now. It's been a minute, foot is on the gas now. Ain't no limits, I swear I can never cap out. Yeah, they don't let me loose, I'ma act out. Cause I'm back out. Whoa, look, I'm back now. Back now. Somebody tell them that we back now. Somebody tell them that we, yeah. I got the city on my shoulder, straight to the top, yeah. I told you I never drop what I'm holding, yeah. I got the team with me. We gotta go and we on a roll, so we never see defeat. Yeah, lights still shine even when the world's dark, and I still stride even when it gets harder.
Oh, we're pumping.
We stayed steady
Pumping,
since
baby.
the
Let's
day
go.
that we started.
Go
No,
ahead
we
and,
ain't stopping. I know
fill
we
this
got
up.
it. We back now. It's been a minute for this.
All right, so I leave for 1 minute and Bitcoin pumps. All right, let's continue. Yo, someone said Frankie dumping. You guys are too much. But let's continue on here, guys. I think that wraps up my long-term analysis, guys. Can we hit 150K? Nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. But if there's going to be a cycle for it to happen, it's more likely going to be this one than the last one, right? And same thing's going to go for the future cycles. So with that being said, you guys know my realistic price predictions now. If we are going to smash that all-time high, probably going to get some serious resistance at these levels. Hop above here, bing bong, right? And then maybe we get a post-halving dump, and then we hit 200K, right? Who knows? Very hard to call. History says no, but 81 to 91K is more my realistic. I would be shocked, right? Like, just picture how weird that would look, right? Just like, it would basically have to just be like a straight line, which isn't impossible, right? Bitcoin gets like that. Bitcoin will go vertical, right? But yeah, I would say 81 to 91K is more likely in my in my opinion, to be honest. All right, let's go ahead and I guess let's take a look at the altcoins, guys. Shout out to Shout out to Walking Dead. I think Walking Dead was the one asking for ABT. But we will start taking, if you guys want to go ahead and take a look at your favorite altcoins, go ahead and drop them in the chat. Rob the Crypto Sob will count up the altcoins and let us know which ones we're looking at. But we actually do have a couple already written down here. I took some notes in the beginning of the stream in chat. Everybody wanted to, everybody was asking for their altcoins in the beginning of chat. So I wrote some down. Bitcoin Boss said, Frankie, will the market maker make the unexpected happen and swipe all the shorts of the professional analysts and traders? They are also seeing this, that are also seeing this chart. Shout out to BTC Boss. Yeah, there's no guarantee, right? Because the question is, are they going to sweep out the shorts or are they going to sweep out the longs, right? And the idea going into a bull run, they would probably want to, the more likely scenario would be that they sweep the longs, right, in my opinion. And then again, you know, if you pull up that heat map again, pull up that 6 month. Oh, come on, man. Why does this always happen to me? Bear with me, guys. I got to re-log in. I don't know why it signed me out. Happens every time. All right. So here we are. Let's pull it back up. Okay, so taking a look at the 6 month chart, you could see, right? Like, I mean, even if we pull up a longer term chart, taking a look here, I mean, look at the 2 year chart, right? More of the liquidity is below. Now, that does not guarantee that we're going to come down before we go up. A lot of people think that wherever the most liquidity is sitting is where you have to go. That's not the case, right? That is a myth, right? Now, if you have a, you know, could it be true at times? Yes, but it is not a binary thing. It's not like, oh my God, look at this liquidity. Like, it's the same thing with the CME gaps. I talk about this all the time. People go, oh, we have to go. This is how people get wrecked, right? Because they don't actually understand the probability of something happening. Everybody thinks that the CME gaps, I hope not everybody thinks this, but based off of what I hear people say, especially in crypto, you're in a weird spot with a lot of people who think that they know what's going on, but you ask them how long they've been in crypto or how long they've been learning about trading or just investing in general, and they're like, yeah, no, I've been in, what did I get in, like 4 or 5 months ago? And it's like, and you're just guaranteeing that CME gaps are getting, do you even know what CME means? Like, and the scary thing is, guys, these people can make YouTube channels. That is the horrifying part, right? So that's why I approach my channel with such honesty, right? I'm not going to sit up here and tell you guys something that I am not fully confident that I am correct on, right? Now, price movements is one thing. That's why, you know, we're never going to say we're guaranteed to pump or guaranteed to dump because we don't know, right? There's no one who does know. Like, even, you know, maybe there's a couple people out there, but they're not people that you know or hear of, right? These are people that are unknown. But CME, people think CME ads have to 100% get filled. So there's some people out there that are saying, you know, 23K has to get hit. Look at all the liquidity down there. We have to go get that liquidity before we go up. And it's like, that is not how it works. But if you got a huge dump, this would eventually become a very big point of interest, right? And, you know, more of the liquidity is down, but it doesn't guarantee that we're going to, I mean, even locally, right? Even if we come up to a little bit, come up to a 3 month chart, still more of the liquidity is below. Like, even these like little these less intense liquidity pockets, you do have some above, but yeah, hard to say. But it's definitely something you want to keep a lookout for, BTC. I forget your full name. But it's definitely something that can happen. And actually, Mr. Market is in the chat right now, so you can actually ask him. Shout out to Mr. Market. Yeah, shout out to Steve M. said, I'm in New York. Lots of crypto I can't buy because of New York thinks they know better. Time to move. Shout out to Steve M. It's basically yeah, that's like what everybody who lives in New York is saying right now. Time to get out of New York. Got my parents, like, I got to get out of New York. This place is crazy. You know, I love New York. Gotta love watching those gaps get filled. Shout out to Cuz I Can Pump It. But yeah, it's that's a great way to think. BTC. If you're still in here, that is a great thing. It's a great way to look at the market because the market makers are always looking to grab that liquidity, wreck the longs, wreck the shorts, whatever it might be, before actually moving price. So just keep that in mind. So you're not wrong at all. Just remember it's not guaranteed. But real quick, guys, I do want to take a quick look at Filecoin. This was the one that everybody was asking for in the chat. Let's take a quick look here. And this is not the Filecoin chart I want to look at. Let's look at the Coinbase chart. Let's see. Where's our Filecoin chart? That's the market cap. Bear with me. I guess we don't really. I guess what is this? Okay. All right. Well, this is old. I guess we could start fresh here. Let's start fresh on Filecoin. Take a look at the daily. The red dot is confirmed. Red dot is confirmed here. But yeah, Filecoin don't care, right? Red dot printed. We kind of took a dump, and then we just wound up ripping right back to the upside. So not too bad. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I said, yeah, most professional traders say that indeed gaps need to fill, but Bitcoin is never going to a couple of cents. Exactly. So no way those gaps get filled. Absolutely, yeah. Now, like, does an extremely high percentage of the CME gaps get filled? Absolutely, right? It's definitely not, they're not 100% wrong, but saying all of them have to get filled is wrong, right? That is 100% wrong. There are CME gaps from, I can't tell you, there's CME gaps of $3,000 that will never fill, right? Just because there's a CME gap. Like, these are people who think that trading is easy as buy and sell indicators. It's like the same type of thought process. And it doesn't mean that these people are dumb or stupid or anything like that. There was a time where, I was informed or educated more than that when I got into crypto, so I knew that was the case. But if I had just entered into crypto, right, and I heard about the CME gaps, etc., I probably would have thought the same thing, right? If I saw someone who I thought knew a lot more than me said it, and I probably would have just taken it for face value because I didn't know anything, right? So these people aren't stupid or anything. I want to be very clear, but it is incorrect, right? And I want the mafia to be protected out there, not listening to the wrong things. So red dot is confirmed on the daily. 12-hour red dot is looking to green dot is looking to print here. Money flow coming straight up. This thing, I would be careful shorting this, although you do have this 12-hour, 10-hour bearish divergence, and I will get to the key levels in just a second. Bearish divergence on the 10-hour is forming right now. We are starting to pull back, but I would be careful with money flow so thick in the green here. Like even on your 8-hour, like it's not even coming out. It's just kind of flat, right? Your 4-hour bearish divergence is also printing. Money flow is coming up, though. This is not necessarily indicative of a fire short setup. Typically for the fire short setups, you want to see money flow already coming out. So a bearish divergence with money flow coming out would indicate a big move down. But this money flow is not coming out, right? This is just a thick boy. We were calling them thick boys yesterday. So yeah. And then, 1-hour money flow starting to come out, but that is a lower time frame. 45-minute money flow kind of trending out. 24-minute coming out as well. Something I could potentially see happening here would be maybe in the short term, kind of hard to say. Let's find the key levels real quick. Let's pull up the weekly levels here real quick. Okay, let me go ahead and mark these out for you guys. Key level of support, weekly level, is going to be here at about $6.22. And then your next real significant level of resistance is probably going to be up here at about $13.77. Yeah. So let me just label these really quickly. Boom. And then we'll come on down to the daily. We'll get those local levels. Come on. So, yeah, if you do pull back, these are going to be the key levels to watch. Go ahead and make this support, right? Turn it blue. Bada boom. And then let's see if we can get confluence with a golden pocket here. Look at that. Look at that. So, yeah, this whole zone is going to be pretty key, right? You have your golden pocket, your daily naked point of control, weekly naked point of control as well. And then your 786 is coming down here. It's kind of far away, but let's see. Let me see what is above us right now as far as daily levels. Where are we at? Let's see. Bada boom. Bada boom. Bada boom. Label them daily. Label it daily. Okay. Whoops. That was the wrong daily. This is a naked point of control. There we go. Okay, so let's turn off the indicator, come back to our current price action, and see what's going on. Okay, so your next major level of resistance, you're very close to it. You can see this point of control has been respected. not only once, but twice. Yeah. So it is not naked anymore, but it is still a significant level. So if you do come down, this $7.80 is going to be a level that you could flip to support. If you continue up, your clear next level of resistance is going to be sitting here at $8.72 on this daily naked point of control. And if you did wind up getting that, what I would actually look for is something like this, right? I'll give you a little bit of a freebie here. We dropped that free setup in the dining room in the Discord. This is not a trade setup, but if you were to get, it's kind of hard to say. I think you would probably, if you could get a 30-minute bearish divergence as you get a push up here into that daily key level, right? If you were able to get that to play out and this momentum wave came up and put in a lower high and you were able to get that bearish divergence, that would be a significant signal that we are going to get a pullback. And then again, your key level of supports are $7.80, as well as the bigger key levels. If you get a giant drop, really going to be closer down here to about $6.50, and not to ignore some of these other local levels. Like right here. This golden pocket right on that tapped daily. That's going to be, so definitely saucy level there. So these are the key levels I would look at. To be honest, things are kind of wish-washy on the Filecoin chart. But those are the key levels. You break down, this is your key level of support. You break up, this is your key level of resistance. So there you go. Shout out to, I think, who asked for that earlier? I think it was, I don't know if they're still in here. I think it was Edward Paperhands is who asked for that one. But let's see. Hodl Crypto said, smash that like button. Hodl Crypto said it, not me. And you don't want to piss off Hodl Crypto. Trust me. All right, let's see. Shout out to Dr. Crimson's girlfriend said, aw, thanks. That's sweet. Does it hiss? Shout out to Dr. Crimson's girlfriend. I don't know what that's in reference to, but I'm sure it was inappropriate. Let's see. Bada boom. Annie's having a night off. Shout out to Annie. Okay, let's continue on. I want to take a look at ICP. Shout out to the Insane Clown Posse. And let's take a look here. All right, so levels of resistance have been respected. So we got the golden pocket semi-value area high test before getting a break to the downside. This is not the chart we want to look at. This is the chart we want to look at. And as you guys know, I don't remember exactly what we were looking at last time, but I know, like I always say, guys, when price breaks out, and this is kind of in hindsight, but when price breaks out, oftentimes before you get your next big move up, when you correct, value area high and POCs are big levels to watch to retest as support before getting your next move up. And you can see here, we got the bounce off the value area high, but we did wind up going for that POC before finally getting another big move up. Very interesting stuff. That's just perfect. It just played out beautifully. But anyway, looking in terms of the volume profile, this is why we look at the volume profiles, guys, because likely, I don't remember when the last time we looked at ICP was, probably recently, we were just using this as our context. Now, this range was all the way from back here, but look how the levels remain to be respected. Not only do they remain respected, but they still behave as a volume profile, right? It's not like they're just levels of support and resistance, but they also behave just like you would expect on a live volume profile, right? When you extrapolate these levels to the right, they still respect it, and it still behaves similar to a volume profile. So you can see on this bounce back up, beautiful respect on the value area low, and then you kind of bing-bonged around here before finally going back to your POC, back to deviate below the low, flip it to support, back to the POC, eventually you get to the high, you deviate, and then you get accepted back into the range, bearish retest to the POC. We could be on the way to that value area low next. Based off the volume profile theory, that would be the next logical and most probable level for price to get down to. So that value area low is sitting at $12.17, and beautiful little back test on that POC here, guys. Look at the respect on that POC. Bada boom. Breakdown, bearish retest, bing bong, right to the downside. I would be looking at this as your key support, and to be quite honest with you, let me pull the fib real quick. Guys, just a quick reminder, if you are pulling your fib out there, make sure you do not do it in public. Let's see. So, yeah, if you come down to that value area low, I would Watch this key level, 786 at 1205. So that is basically what I'd be looking at, or just locally. If you come back down here, this is where you could be looking for longs if you get confirmations to ride it back up to the value area high. And if you question if that is a viable way to look for trades, simply just look at the history, right? If we do make it down to the value area low, you guys know this stuff is respected, but that is what I'd be looking at. If you did wind up losing your value area low, simply put, you're going to be looking down towards your next previous value area, just like we were on this move down and this move down. Your value area high and your POCs are always going to be your next levels of support before looking for bounces, right? If you get stuck in the range, you're simply and stuck below that POC, you're going to look for a move down to the value area low. So there you go. Let's see. Shout out to Mr. Market. Said, I made a lot off other people's OR's money? Shout out to Mr. Market. My chair is sinking again, guys. Yeah, I made a lot of money off other people's ORS money this week. ORS money. Help me out, chat. Help me out, chat. What does this mean? What does this mean? Shout out to Mr. Market. Oh, yeah, guys. Actually, no. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. I grabbed the alts just randomly because I was sitting at my desk early. So I was actually reading chat, and I just grabbed a bunch of the coins from chat. So, Rob, shout out to Rob. I'm giving you a break tonight. Let's go. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. You deserve it, bro. He's been counting up the votes every single day right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take the night off, Rob. Let's go. But, yeah, I just happened to write them down. So, yeah, we'll probably be all right. But let's see. Chainlink targets. Shout out to and you could check actually for the Chainlink targets. If you check my pre-recorded Chainlink update video, I talk about exactly what I am looking at for Chainlink with price targets, etc. So definitely go check that out. We could try to take a look at Chainlink tonight as well. But let's see. Yeah, and Mr. Market said, so I made a lot off of ORS money this week, and a lot of my style came from you. Thank you. I think that's what he's saying. I think he's saying a lot of his style came from Mr. Market, took a lot of money from people, and a lot of his style came from me, I think is what he's saying. On the road, sorry, close enough. Yeah, Mr. Market, I think he's saying he took a lot of people's money as the Mr. Market, and he used a lot of his style has to do with me, so he's thanking me. Shout out to Mr. Market. Hopefully I got that right. Thank you for the super chat, bro. But let's continue on. And I will get to the, let me read these super chats really quickly because I did miss a few. Shout out to Alex O says, bing bong. Shout out to you, bro. And then shout out to Robin says, 150K for Chusei. R.I.P. Chusei. If you guys don't know who Chusei is, he was a very, very active and loyal community member in the Mafia. He actually passed away in a tragic event. So shout out to Chusei. We love you, brother. The Mafia's here for you, man. And 150K for Chusei. Let's get it. Shout out to Chusei Crypto. And then let's see. And then, okay, there we're good. I thought I had to catch up on more super chats, but shout out to Alex O Crypto. Shout out to Robin. Shout out to Mr. Market. Shout out to Tony D for dropping that 99 cents. Two 99 cents. Let's go. Just throwing those singles on your boy. And shout out to Indiana Candles. Thank you guys so much for the super chats. I appreciate you. But that's what I'm going to be looking at on ICP, guys. Very simple. Looking at these simple volume profiles. So there we go. And let's go ahead and check out ABT. Shout out to our boy, I believe, Walking Dead. Wanted to see ABT. Let me see. Okay, so I don't know what this is, to be quite honest with you guys. Arc Block, I don't know much about the project, but this thing is definitely doing one thing for sure, and that is shooting and screaming to the upside. Daily, yeah, this thing is just floop. It's like, you know the pump is real when it looks like hilarious. Like, this looks funny. It's like the NVIDIA chart. Like, you just take a look at the NVIDIA chart. This thing went, I'll turn on the Hikinashi so it doesn't look weird. This thing went absolutely nuts. Obviously, the earnings came out good yesterday, and this thing just absolutely flew to the upside. Pretty hilarious. It gapped up like crazy. But anyway, let's take a look at ABT on the daily time frame. Green dot is confirmed. I mean, you are likely going to print a bearish divergence here on the daily, but remember, guys, in these giant uptrends in the beginning of a bull market, you do not want to fade these giant moves up. You simply I use these bearish divergences in a bull market more as a signal to look for a pullback, right? And typically looking for those pullbacks is for the reason of finding a long position, right? A new long entry on a higher low, wherever that may wind up being. And sure, you can, if you're experienced, you can catch those shorts on the way down as long as you're not looking at those bear divs as end all be all, nuke to zero level, nuke to zero signals. But this is definitely, this is likely going to print a daily bearish divergence at some point soon. Let's go ahead and grab those key levels. Taking a look, it's going to be really hard, right? So your key level of support, simply put, like this is going to be huge, right? Because you've got 2 daily naked points of control. Take a look at the weekly. Yeah, you got a weekly in there as well. So simply put, this is your next level of support. So if things start to cool off, that is going to be, if you get a big pullback, this would be a potential buy the dip scenario, in my opinion. And then if you pull this little volume profile, I know it's that is an anchored volume profile. That's not what I want. Bada boom. Just pull that. So you got your value area low and a weekly. Yeah, the bottom of this value area specifically at $1.05 is extremely saucy based off of not only a daily naked point of control, but also your weekly naked point of control sitting down there as well as your value area low. So that is going to be pretty much what I would be looking at for a potential buy the dip scenario. But locally, if this thing is going to keep this is a no trade zone for me, right? If I were looking to trade this, I would simply be looking for like higher lows on golden pockets, right? I'd be pulling from the high to the low, wait for retests of your golden pocket retracements. But for the most part, guys, the trade entries for me are within these areas of consolidation and not with these screaming moves to the upside, right? Because typically when you got these gigantic candles, oftentimes like this is not going to be the best long entry, right? Because if you were long here, where would your stop loss have to be, right? Think about it this way. This is why I tell people don't long Lambo candles, right? Because number one, typically, you're going to cool off. Everybody thinks it goes up. It's going to go up forever. They sit in the trade and they get wrecked, right? But think of it this way. If you were to enter a trade here, just for example, on the 16-hour, right, and you wanted to get into a long, where would your stop loss have to be? Where's the last swing low, the last significant swing low? It's all the way down, really all the way down here. So unless you are just blindly targeting like some kind of crazy price target for no reason, if you're just looking for this thing to 40x out of nowhere, like that would be a legitimate position in my opinion. But, this is why you don't want to long, because like chances are you're not going to be targeting $40 for your next target, and your stop loss is going to be ridiculous, right? And that's if you're responsibly trading. Most people who are, longing these Lambo candles are not using stop losses. They're just jumping in, and then it's nuking on them, and they're getting wrecked. So, not that you can't continue up here, but, this is a no trade zone for me. When it's going straight up, I don't trade. This is where I catch my entries, right? Because remember, when you use the volume profiles, guys, this is how I enter my positions, right? So if I were looking for a long on this thing, I would be looking for longs when everyone else is calling for breakdowns. Oh my God, we broke support. We're going to zero. That's where I'm looking for longs, right? Simply put, right? And then a short, I would be looking at the value area high. So I'd either be looking for longs here, here, or here. And then if it takes off, we're likely in a position from the bottom of that range, right? It's much better than waiting for the breakout and then just trying to long the top, right? It's a bad scenario, or bad strategy is what I should say. So yeah, I would be chilling on this. I would not really be looking to trade this as of right now. I'd rather get some kind of consolidation, wait for some kind of a range, get some context into what's going on, and then either look for the short back down or look for the new long back up, right? But right now, it's a no-trade zone for me. Shout out to Walking Dead. This thing is absolutely going ballistic. So shout out to you. I bet you are in profit, my friend. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. H-bar. Shout out to Flight Vision. Let's check out H-bar real quick. Bada boom, bada bing. Shout out to BTC Boss. Said, I'm going to bed, Frankie. Was a fun show. Thanks for the good answer to my question. Love the show. Shout out to BTC Boss. Thank you for tuning in, bro. We're happy to have you, and we will see you hopefully on tomorrow night's live stream. I'm glad you're still in here and saw my explanation for you, brother. So shout out to you. Let's see. Yes, shout out to Maddie. Says, Frankie, we got to talk about Jasmine. It's exploding. Yes, we will take a look at Jasmine in just a second. Sorry, guys. Turns out H-bar is no longer a stonk, so we can't look at it. And you guys know we only look at stonks on this channel, so H-bar is no longer a stonk. I'm just kidding, guys. Okay, so let's take a look here at H-bar. Shout out to all the H-bar barians out there. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's see. Where is our H-bar chart? It's probably the... Wow. Oh, that's why. We are on the... That's why I couldn't find the... Yeah, okay. That's why we couldn't find the Filecoin chart. It's because it's over here. Haha. Same targets, same supports. But anyway, take a look at H-bar, guys. Let's see. So, okay. Where was this weekly coming from? Okay, yeah. So we had that weekly. All right, there we go. I don't remember when we were looking at this, but this weekly naked point of control pulled from all the way back here. Let me pull up our regular candles. Yeah, weekly naked point of control coming all the way from over here. You can see we wound up hitting that. I don't remember exactly when we were looking at that, but it was here. So that is your key level of resistance, and however, we are breaking it and potentially looking to flip it to support with this fresh 12-hour green dot. Now, you guys know when you get those fresh 12-hour green dots, you want to go down to the 45-minute and check on your money flow. If that money flow is just starting to crack into the green, could call for a much bigger move to the upside. We don't have it, guys. It's not there. It's not there. Unfortunately, we have the money flow in the green, and it is somewhat coming up. However, it was not what you like to see for that kind of setup is you like to see that money flow crossing over on that 12-hour green dot. And if we go back over, you can see this vertical line. It wasn't, I mean, actually, hang on. May just be too late on that 12-hour green dot. So, yeah, you could see this money flow was just starting to cross over into the green. Come on over to the 12-hour. Yeah, so the setup was kind of there, but is not, it's too late, right? It's too late. But 4-hour bear div, here's the thing, guys. A lot of these altcoins have bearish divergences forming. This one actually forming at a key level of resistance, which would be slightly more bearish. But money flow also locally coming up here, right? Typically for a strong bear div, you want to see something like, let's see if I can find an example. Yeah, something like this is a much stronger bearish divergence, right, in my opinion. So you have your higher highs into a key level of resistance, lower highs, right, on your momentum waves, and then money flow is already starting to come out, right? It's not coming up. So for that reason, I would be very careful fading these bear divs on the 4-hour. However, when it prints, you could get a pullback. Key level of support will remain the naked point of control, or no longer naked, but the weekly point of control at 11 cents, almost 11.5 cents. Let's take a look at the daily real quick. You do have this daily level of support, not a naked point of control, but just a daily level. Go ahead and label that out. So, yeah, if you get that pullback, a little bada boom, bada bing, that would be a key level of support to look at. And actually, I will go ahead and give you guys... Oh, come on. I was kind of hoping that wasn't going to be the case. Okay. I was hoping the value area low was going to be, actually, maybe... Yeah, so this is what I would look at right now, right? Let's come down to the 2-hour maybe. Yeah, we're just not going to get that confluence, are we? Ooh. Yeah, not really, unfortunately. Well, what I would look for here, to be quite honest with you, if that divergence is going to bring us back down and you get accepted back into this range, I would look for a move down to the value area low daily, which I will mark out with a blue box as support. Kind of a big zone, but definitely going to be a key level to look at. You could look for potential longs here, depending on what price action looks like when we get to the level. But, yeah, that's kind of what I'd be looking at on H-bar for the most part. Daily red dot looking to print, but your money flow is kind of choppy. I'll be honest, guys. Things are very unclear right now. So it's one of those times, right? If you guys watch the show every day, you will know, that when things get confusing, it's simply just a market condition that we have to deal with from time to time. Sometimes things are very clear, right? When we see price approaching a previous value area, and then we're able to say, hey, where's that next target? POC value area high, and more often than not, we will see those levels get hit. Right now, we are simply not getting clear signals, right? Your money flow, sure, you're getting a crossover into the green here, but what is going on? It's very contextual, guys, right? You don't want your money flow crossing over into the green while you're overbought on the daily with your VWAP about to cross back down to give you a red dot, right? What you want to see that money flow crossover doing in a very bullish scenario is you want to see something like a bull div confirmed, which you did actually have here, but you want this had already played out, right? But what you want to see is some kind of like a bullish divergence or something with money flow crossing up without momentum overbought, because even though money flow is crossing into the green here, that could be good long term, right? But you're overbought and the VWAP is coming down, which means short term you could get that pullback that we're looking for, right? So you're not going to long off the money flow just to have a pullback. So just keep that in mind. But these are the key levels I would look at locally. Again, value area low coming in at 10 cents. Daily coming in at almost 10.5 cents. And you got to break that weekly point of control at 11.5 cents to even see these levels. So this is what I'd be looking at for the most part on H-bar. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Link is a beast. Shout out to Ash. We could try to take a look at Link. And shout out to Hayden, says TA on NVIDIA. Sure. Yeah, sure. We'll take a look at NVIDIA first. We don't typically look at stonks, but if it's got candles, we gonna look at it. So shout out to Hayden. Yeah, so 100% we could take a look at NVIDIA. I was actually planning on doing this. But obviously yesterday, guys, I know a lot of people were anticipating NVIDIA's earnings to come out bad, which would have obviously been bad for the stock. And not only that, potentially that could have leaked into crypto. However, let me turn on the Heikin-Ashi candles because I know that the Mafia may not be used to seeing all these breaks in the candles, for the market opens and closes. So I'll put on those Heikin-Ashis to fill in the gaps. But obviously, we were kind of, hanging out around here. Earnings came out really, really good. Here comes the gap. But yeah, the earnings came out really good, right? Like way higher than expected. And this morning, this thing just gapped up insanely, right? Like a serious gap up, like a 10% gap up, insane. The funny thing is, everybody was expecting the dump if they got bad earnings, but they got good earnings, and we didn't really see a pump on Bitcoin. Bitcoin just still going sideways, which is really interesting. Now, I will say this. Let's come up to some higher time frames. Now, this thing has just gone up and to the right forever. Now, once this thing does decide to cool off, if it decides to cool off, shout out to my dad. My dad made a killing on this. So let's see here. Yeah, we'll see some... Yeah, let's pull up our VPVR really quickly here. So, yeah, your key level of support. Let me just mark these volume levels out. Bada boom. Come on down to the 4-hour. So, yeah, this is super weird with the gaps. It's like I'm not even really used to this. But, yeah, this is going to be a significant level to look at, right? Obviously, you have a pretty big gap here. Also weird to see this thing not move. Yes, 800 almost. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I can't believe that. But anyway, if you do cool off, guys, key levels of support. You lose 768, could wind up getting a pretty big move to the downside. Let that volume spawn. Come on. There you go, right? So if we do wind up coming back down and we lose this level here at 768, could see that quick move back down to this higher volume node. But other than that, taking a look at Market Cipher, let's see. Take a look at the 4-hour. Take a look at the higher time frames. Yeah, 10-hour green dot printing, daily green dot printing. I would see if you can get this thing to continue up. That fresh green dot on the daily, and again, I don't typically look at stocks very much. So I don't have as much experience on how stocks would react with Market Cipher as I do on crypto. But these are definitely some key levels that I would be looking at. So yeah, you do not want to lose 768, or you're likely going to fill all the way back down to 743. But money flow on the 30-minute coming up, 8-hour green dot printing. You might be able to see this continue up tomorrow, but we'll have to see. Shout out to Hayden. I believe that was your name. Yeah, shout out to Hayden. That is what I would be looking at for the most part on NVIDIA. But we'll see. I do want to reiterate, I am not a stonks guy. So take that for what it's worth. But let's go ahead and continue on. Minnie wants Jasmine. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at Jasmine, guys. Shout out to Crypto Billy for gifting those 50 Frankie Candles memberships, dude. You are the GOAT. The GOAT. I like the stonk. I like the stonk, too. I do like the stonk. All right, let's continue on here. Taking a look at Jasmine. And bada boom. And guys, by the way, may end a little bit earlier tonight. Obviously, you guys know we have been trying to change the shorten these streams just slightly. But I am going to hop off a little early today because I do have to actually fix my stream deck tonight. I cannot go another day without it. It is absolutely killing me. But let's go ahead and take a look at Jasmine real quick, as this thing is absolutely just unstoppable right now. Taking a look at the daily. Yeah, money flow on the daily, back in the green. Pretty, super overbought on the daily. That is something to keep in mind. Your VWAP is also coming back down. This could indicate a cool-off coming. So, yeah, overbought on the daily, pretty bad. Take a look at the 4-hour, 3-hour. Yeah, let's see. 30-minute money flow on the way out very aggressively here. 8-hour red dot confirmed. Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm going to pull Market Cipher off just because things are very mixed. I'm going to focus on the levels here because let me go ahead and grab the weekly levels. Bada boom. This is super far away. Let's go to the daily. Okay, so key support definitely going to be right here. Let's pull that in daily naked point of control. Shout out to Dave Digital. Says, please stop at 7:10 and raid Piano Matty B. Tribute to Golden. Is Matty B going to be live? What time is it? Okay. Shout out to Dave Digital. Don't threaten me with a good time, bro. Shout out to Dave. Dude, thank you for that super chat. Chemistry Bro says, oh, dang, the time. I lost track in my work. Shout out to Chemistry Bro. No worries, brother. Good to see you in here. What is going on, brother? Hope you're having a good day. Shout out to Dave Digital. Let's see. Okay. So let's go ahead and continue on here. So daily naked point of control coming in here. Yeah, about 0.01, about 1 cent, right? Going to be a very, very key level. There goes the AC. Thank God. I am dripping sweat. Key level of resistance, going to be this daily level right here. Bada boom. Take off that indicator. Come on down to a lower time frame. So, yeah, let me see something. Hang on. Enhance. All right, let's see. Let me go ahead and okay, I'm not even going to take that. I will definitely be looking at this POC. This POC could be a potential kiss of death here. If price pushes up into that naked daily and that point of control of the range, this could potentially be the kiss of death. If not, I would definitely look in terms of the volume profile. These are the local levels I would look at. Let's see. Yeah, Golden Pocket. Shout out to Golden. Actually talked to Golden yesterday. Shout out to Mrs. Candles. Come on over here. Guys, Mrs. Candles has entered the chat. And by chat, I mean studio. Mrs. Candles. Give it to me. Give it to me, Mrs. Candles. Smells like a nail salon. Did you just get them done right now? Mrs. Candles out there getting her nails done. There's the Mrs. Candles hands in the chat. Let's go. Shout out to Martin. We'll take a look at Chainlink in a minute. Oh, God, now I feel fired up off that Mrs. Candles hand sniff. Let's go. Ann said face. But anyway, let's continue on here. These are definitely the key levels of resistance to look at, Mrs. Candles, just so you know, right here on Jasmine. I'm going to need you. Yeah, pulling the fib, golden pocket value area high between 0.016 and 0.017. That's the short zone, so make sure you got it marked on your chart, okay? Got it. All right, good. Mrs. Candles is learning how to trade. I'm kidding, guys. She does show interest sometimes, though. She makes me so proud. But anyway, let's continue on here, guys. So these are the two levels of resistance I would look at, right, for potential rejections back down to the value area low. And if you shoot up to that 786, could be another good level to look for potential scalp shorts. But that is kind of what I'd be looking at on Jasmine as of right now. So if you are looking, and here's the thing, right? Take a look at the 4-hour. My money flow starting to come out. 2-hour, money flow starting to roll over. 1 hour, money flow starting to trend down. 12-hour red dot confirmed. 16-hour red dot confirmed. Daily red dot printing. Let's check that 90-minute money flow. Yeah, I think you probably bing bong around here a little bit more. If you came up here and you were able to find a short entry and then your 90-minute money flow crosses over into the red, that might give you a bigger breakdown. But these are the key levels. If you lose the range, I'd look to come down here towards the 0.01173 level at that daily naked point of control. Other than that, I'm looking in context of the volume profile / with the exception of this golden pocket, 786, I'm sorry, up here at 0.0177. All right, let's see. Bada boom. Yo, shout out to Origin Trader. I shouldn't know. Good thing I didn't read that out loud. Let's see. Yo, shout out to Origin Trader. Let's see. Bada boom. Jay Gilly. It's pretty tasty. Doesn't taste like dirt or anything. Shout out to Wick's wife, Fine89. I'm not going to ask questions on that one. But, guys, let's go ahead and take a quick look at Chainlink. Why am I typing out the whole word, guys? I don't know what's going on. Oh, baby, here we are. Okay, it's happening. It's happening, guys. Oh, my God, it's happening. It's happening. Okay, so here's the thing, right? These are our key levels. We broke down out of our volume profile clearly, right? Very clearly. Broke down out of that volume profile. We are now sitting in this key zone of support that we were looking at previously. And we did wind up getting a nice little bounce off of this for a beautiful scalp. This is why that level was there. Nice 5% move, plenty to make some money. And you did get that bullish divergence here on the 90-minute. But here's the thing. The real key level here was that daily and weekly naked point of control, this time point of control as well, and you can see these are doing their job, which is essentially sucking price to them and making price stick to them. As you can see, that's why we're getting all this chop here. But here's the thing. I would be careful. If you slip this, let me see if I could pull another profile here. Kind of hard to say. This is a very small profile. Let's zoom out a bit. So your next key level of support, if Chainlink continues to break down, here's the thing. Anybody in Chainlink right now, anybody who is Dave, this is Chainlink. Shout out to Dave. If you break this level, for anyone in Chainlink right now thinking that this thing is breaking down forever, or you're nervous, or you're looking to panic sell, or you're questioning your trade, here's the thing. You break this key level of support, you do have some other levels to look at, right? I'm going to pull the VPVR up really quickly so we can see where the volume's at. So really your next major level is going to be sitting down here at about $17, right? It's the value area low of our entire macro range, right? Macro range being this entire macro range. That's your value area low. So we may go down there to retest that as support, right? And then that's going to be your real significant level. You lose this level, you start nuking, your eyes are on $17. Simply, plain and simple, right? And you could, maybe a quick ride down there. Look at the volume gap we have, right? You have another little spike in volume here at 1780, but for the most part, I would expect price action. If you're going to get to that value area low, you might do something like this and then a nuke down, right? That based off the volume. You can see here, you were kind of stuck to that high volume node here before yeeting to the upside through this gap. Very similarly in the opposite direction, you might kind of wiggle around here and then boop, shoot through that low volume gap to that value area low where you clearly have your next high volume node. So that is going to be a key level of support if you do not bounce from where we're at right now. And then again, like that 1780 level, you know, again, like just look at how this happened. It's almost the same exact situation. You got a big move up and then you got some consolidation. That is correlated with this high volume node, right? And this quick move up is correlated with this low volume node or volume gap, right? So very similarly, if we break down a little bit, you may kind of wiggle around on that high volume node right here, but then once you wind up breaking down, you might fall right through the gap. So that's what I would expect. And then if you start losing this range, simply put, you're gonna look back down towards your old value area from down here. But as of right now, I don't see a reason to do that until we get down here and start getting bearish signals. So let's see if we're getting any kind of signal to bounce where we're at right now. You are starting to get a little bit of a reaction. See if we can get some bull divs in here. Nothing too crazy, to be honest. Slight bullish divergence on the bodies of the candles. Potentially, if you get the green dot, this is not even printing yet, so I would be careful. I would not be trading that personally. This is not enough confirmation for me to take a long. Yeah, you're not really getting super strong signals, but you may get some kind of interaction here. This is a no trade for me, but those are the key levels I'd be looking at on Chainlink. All right, let's see. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's see. I had a long position on Chainlink from $20. Oh no! Shout out to and. Let's see. Yeah, right from the POC. I don't know exactly when you entered the position, but it's all right. Shout out to and. You cannot win them all, man. Do not feel too bad about that. Shout out to Mosso says shout out from Orange County. Shout out from the ATL. Shout out to you. Shout out to Mosso. Appreciate you for being here. Link, my second biggest bag. Average buy around $6. As you guys, as you guys are probably assuming right now, Chemistry Bro is sending that chat from his spaceship that he bought with all of his billions and billions of dollars that he got from this Chainlink move from $6 all the way up to about $21. Shout out to Chemistry Bro. Nice work, bro. Nice buy-in. I love it. Let's see. Kembro, let me know. Are you in your Lambo or your spaceship? I know you've been vacationing on Mars recently. But yeah, let me know. You might be in the Lambo. You might be back on Earth. I'm not sure. Shout out to Chemistry, bro. Let's see. Bada boom. Dave Digital said, are you still in the Bitcoin scalp? Ooh, I do not know. I'm not logged in right now. I may have. I don't think I got stopped out yet. No. I think my stop is just below this low. Or just below these lows, actually. Yeah. So if I did get stopped out, I would stop out at just under break even. So no, I can't confirm that because I'm not looking at the actual trade. But yeah, I believe my stop loss is right here, so I still am in this. But I will be quite frank with you. Wouldn't be shocked if I get stopped out. Money flow back in the red on the 4-hour, guys. Not looking the best, in my opinion, as far as money flow goes. But again, the way you might be thinking to yourself, well, Frankie, like you say the money flow's in the red. Like, is this me? We're gonna trend down, or like, are we gonna break back into the range? And the way I'm handling this, guys, is like, this is bearish money flow. Like this is bearish. This is market cipher B looking bearish. Very similarly to how the daily was looking extremely bearish recently as we hit the spot Bitcoin ETF approval into the macro golden pocket. My brain just shut off for a second. But you had the bearish divergence into your key level of resistance with your money flow trending to the downside, momentum coming down, bear divs into key resistance. You also had the bullish news event. This is a very bearish chart. And what happened? You actually did wind up getting a very significant move to the downside of about 20%. Significant correction, right? But we also looked for that fake out on money flow, and we popped back into the green. Very similarly, the 4-hour right now is showing we don't really have the bearish divergence. Yeah, we don't really have the bearish divergence, but momentum is coming out with money flow. This is also very indicative of a significant top being in. Now, it doesn't mean we're going to zero, right? Like we said the same thing for the daily. This could have been a significant top, and it was, right? 20% correction is significant. And it could have been even worse if that money flow went into the red. But this just goes to show you can't predict everything. And we did kind of predict the fake out, right? But we just don't know. Just because market cipher or any indicator is saying something looks bearish doesn't guarantee it plays out, right? Because the price isn't moving because the money flow is coming out, right? Like it's not moving because this green wave is crossing into the red. The green wave is indicating what money is doing, right? So, if it crosses into the red and then all of a sudden we get a big order or a bunch of people start to buy, the money flow is easily just going to come back up into the green, right? This is why TA is not 100% accurate, right? It's not really predictive, but with the money flow in the form of a wave, what it allows you to do is analyze the trend of what money is doing, which could indicate what is going to happen, but it's not 100% guaranteed. So that 4-hour does look bearish. I wouldn't be surprised if we break down, but I am going to hold this scalp. If I get stopped out, I'll get stopped out. Like I said, a little less than break even. We have been doing quite well on the trades right now, so I could probably afford a pretty big loss, but this is going to be a minuscule loss for me. So if it does get stopped out, and then simply put, we're going to look down to that next key level of support. So guys, I think that is all the time we got for tonight's live stream. I gotta fix this stream deck so I can come back in full force tomorrow and not have to be like choking on everything because my stream deck is down and I have to manually do everything. It throws off my whole vibe of the stream. If you guys can't tell, like I feel like today was kind of all over the place. It's because like my whole system is messed up. I gotta fix it. But luckily for you guys, I hear from Dave Digital that Piano Matty B is going to be live, maybe live right now, doing dueling piano. So shout out to Piano Matty B, dear friend of ours, and we love showing him respect and love. So with all that being said, guys, take a little break from the charts, go enjoy yourself some dueling pianos. And with all that being said, shout out to everybody for tuning in to the end of the live stream. Hopefully we can get Bitcoin to do something, guys. The price action's super boring, and you can tell it's like every day we go sideways, the views go down just a little bit. It's like the biggest metric that we use to try to, hey, why are the views down? Look at the chart. Just straight sideways. So with all that being said, shout out to John Vucci, shout out to Wick589, shout out to Dr. Crimson's girlfriend, Creighton C, all set. DJ Johnny says, cheers, Frankie. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to Alex, Ash, all set. Wick589, I think I said that already. Maso, shout out to you all the way out in Orange County. Shout out to Ellie, shout out to FOMO Sapien. What is going on, bro? Thank you for tuning in. Dave Digital, as always, guys, have a great night. Use a stop loss, protect yourself, and remember the most important thing about trading is staying in the game and not blowing up that account. That's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. I'll see you tomorrow, same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the Frank Candles YouTube channel. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. By the way, no Frankie fake out today. The fake out is going to be the raid to Piano Matty B. That's all I got. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong. And this is why we need to fix the stream deck. There we go.
Yeah, you know, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on the road, hey, and it's time to run it up. Yeah, you know, yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the road, here we go, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on the road, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Hey, on the road, here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on the road, hey, and it's time to run it up, yeah, you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the